The incoming Trump administration will be in a position to broker a good and strong peace deal in Ukraine, provided that Kyiv agrees. Outgoing U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken sat down and explained what exactly, in his opinion, a good and strong deal means.
So I believe that the incoming administration is in a position where if the Ukrainians so desire and so choose, it can help to negotiate a good deal. You have to have built into any ceasefire the effective deterrence necessary so that he doesn't reattack. That is, I think, a necessary part of any good, strong deal for Ukraine. Antony Blinken, U.S. Secretary of State.
Trump, taking office on January 20th, has pledged to swiftly push for a peace settlement in the Russia-Ukraine war after taking office. Prompting fears he might pressure Kyiv toward painful concessions, his team signaled that the new administration would seek to preserve Ukraine's independence, though Blinken's expected successor Marco Rubio said that both Kyiv and Moscow would have to make concessions to achieve a peace deal. Since invading Ukraine in 2014 and escalating its war of aggression in 2022, Russia has occupied about 20% of Ukrainian territory, imposing repressive measures on the local population and prohibiting any expressions of Ukrainian identity. Ukraine has repeatedly said it would not recognize its territory currently under Moscow's control as Russian. Blinken noted that any potential ceasefire must be enduring and not simply a pause that will give Russian dictator Putin a chance to rest, refit, and then, when he deems the moment, just re-attack. The Secretary of State also highlighted the Biden's administration efforts to put Ukraine into strongest possible position in any potential talks, noting that Russia suffered massive battlefield losses and faces mounting economic difficulties. Well, that is all true. The Biden administration indeed ramped up its support for Ukraine since Trump's re-election, announcing several major security assistance packages, easing restrictions on long-range strikes inside Russia, and imposing sweeping sanctions on the Russian energy sector. However, there is a monumental misunderstanding in not only Blinken's, but most of Western high-profile politicians' approach to what they all think is a reason for Putin to stop this war. Blinken recently said the losses that Russia has incurred are almost unimaginable, by some assessments 700,000 to 800,000 casualties. That includes those killed and those wounded. End of quote. Well, hard truth in easy terms is Putin just couldn't care less, Mr. Blinken. How many Russians are dead in Ukraine because of his criminal affair? 800,000? A million? 2 million, maybe 5, 10 million dead Russians are okay. All good. It is all expendables and nothing more. Russia is a big country, as big as 140 million Russians. So the flock of Putin's war, both active and passive supporters, is at least 100 million. So what is it now? Less than 10% killed? Affordable. And 20 will be. And 30 will be, trust me. It will be affordable not only for Putin, but for those resting 70% of Russians remaining somewhat alive in Russia. So don't let yourself be fooled, Mr. Outgoing Secretary of American State. 800,000 killed Americans. That is unimaginable for America. But not for Russia. And it will never be a reason for Putin to stop his genocidal crusade against Ukraine. Putin won't stop unless stopped. This is why we in Ukraine are waiting so much for Trump's deal to be indeed good and strong enough to do exactly that.